What's up, everyone? My name is Arif, and this is your Daily Chat Season 7, Episode 5 for March 14th, 2022. How's everybody doing today? What is going on? And we have some cool industry news that happened this past week. While there is some gaming news and some developer popped off, not really all that interesting to me, at least not today. Today, I want to talk about what happened this past weekend, and that is the Streamer Awards. That is right. The Streamer Awards were put on this past Saturday by QT Cinderella and Maya Higa. You know what? It was a really cool attempt. One thing that you'll notice in the streaming industry is the rise of production level productions. You know, these companies, these people are putting on events that have real TV quality level production to them. And this was definitely one of those events. This is reportedly having cost $200,000 of QT Cinderella's and Ludwig's money. You have to put the two together. Sorry, can't decouple them. Can't do it. Just won't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Anyways, this event was a full fat affair. It was absolutely top quality right from the get-go. Now, with that said, there was a lot of issues with this event that can be quite easily cleared up if you actually put the work in on the next one. And what I want to talk about, though, is, well, those issues. Because while the actual video production, no notes. Well, okay, a few notes. On the musical events, they have musical intermissions. That stuff needs to be definitely better controlled through a production standpoint. And what I mean by that is when Mitch Jones, who was the second musical act, I believe, came out for his set, the volume was all over the place. It was too low for him. The beat was too high. It was not really well mixed. So that could have been better. But that actually feeds in to the other part of this, and that is the rehearsal. I feel like there wasn't enough rehearsal in this event. There was a lot of stammering, a lot of stuttering. People didn't know how to read the teleprompter. We had hosts like Poke Lols who didn't know to read the nominees on the card. They were just going to crack the envelope open, which, you know, if this was the Oscars, I would be all for. But the fact that it's not means you should probably put a little bit more effort into it. And that was something I feel like they really dropped the ball on, was not rehearsing at all. It feels like they didn't rehearse, even though I'm sure they did. But right from the very first minute of the main show, you had QT Cinderella and Maya Higa wondering who's supposed to be reading the teleprompter. People were off cue. It was just kind of, for lack of a better word, a complete shit show. But with that said, the guests and some of the things that they did were super funny and unexpected. One of the best things they did was around the 1/3 mark of the show, they gave all the streamers coloring books, Cheerios, and crayons. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't think in my wildest dreams I ever could have thought of that. So kudos to them. The overall event was about 5 hours long, which shockingly enough was 5 hours that just flew right by. I had no idea it was that long until I checked the final metrics. And we're going to get into the metrics here in a second, but we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the obvious smoke shows of the event. Emaru, ladies and gentlemen, absolute bombshell. I don't know where she got that dress, but whoever designed it needs to send her a check. Because that made that dress look 10 out of 10. Who else do we have here? We have Mizkif. Mizkif and Austin and S-Fan absolutely rocking the styles. Of course, we have the richest person who attended this event. And mind you, there was 250 people at this event. XQC, Hassan Abi, Mizkif, and Amaranth, by far, by a million miles, is the richest person who attended this event. So good for her, looking like an absolute Disney princess, which I saw this comparison on Twitter where she's like, oh my gosh, she looks like a princess. You have to keep in mind, one of Amaranth's businesses is called an Enchanted Affair, where she hires cosplayers to dress up as Disney princesses for kids' birthday parties. So she should know how to look like a Disney princess. It's literally been her job for probably the past 10 years. And of course, more Amaranth, and I don't know, who the hell is this? Tabby, never heard of her. And Amaranth, and who the hell is this? Ginger Darling, never heard of her either. But Amaranth, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Good job, Amy. But with all of that being said, let's get into the part that I actually care about, the numbers. This event, and like I said at the start of the show, we have had a rise of high-level productions on Twitch. Of course, some of them you'll never have heard of. I know I never heard of some of these people, and I literally track the stuff as my job. One of these people is Ebi, who hosted the Price is Scuffed. I believe it was Ebi, who hosted the Price is Scuffed show. And he apparently does high-level quality TV productions all the time. This isn't even like a rare occurrence for him. Then we also had the Balloon Championships. And then, of course, we had Germa, who does the Dollhouse, who has done a few other events, I believe. But the Dollhouse was the one of big prominence last year. And then, of course, you have this event. Now, with all of these productions in scope, how did QT Cinderella do for this show? You can see here from stream charts, she peaked at 381,000 viewers, had an average concurrency rate of 276,000. Hours watched doesn't really matter because that's just time. She gained 76,000 followers. She had a total chat message of just shy of 267,000. Active chatters were 54,000. And unique viewers was 617,000 people. She pulled in massive numbers for this show. And she was very, very smart, because a lot of people normally when they do these kind of events, they're like, hey, I'll put it on a bigger streamer's channel, say like Mizkif or Soda Poppin', because they have a big reach and they'll get more viewers. But I don't know who QT Cinderella talked to. Maybe it was Pokimane, but she was convinced to put it on her channel. And I think that's the best thing she could have done, because by putting it on her channel, she got all the views. She got all of the praise and all of the fame that came with it. In fact, she was very, very smart, where she actually asked other people to not restream her event, just so that way she could get more and more viewers, which was a absolute 10 out of 10 move. 100%, that was 10 out of 10. I'm very, very happy she did that. In fact, I was going to watch the Stream Awards on stream, and when I saw she had said, hey, no one restreamed this event, beyond the threat of being copyright striked, I also wanted to appreciate her effort in this, and I did not stream it either. But these numbers don't lie. There is a big, big market for these kind of events. And like I said, if you want to see more of these, Ebi, who is a big, massive Spanish streamer, does these kind of things all the time. Now, like I said, you might not have heard of him because he is Spanish, but it is an incredibly big market. So maybe check out that creator if you want to see more things like this. Who took home what awards? Well, going through the list in order, we have at ACU, who took home the Battle Royale. Then we have Asmongold, who took home the best MMO RPG streamer. In between Esfand, Rich Campbell, and It's Will, I think Asmongold, as much as him and I disagree on a lot of things, it was the right call. It was absolutely the right call. He is by far and away the biggest name on this list, and it was a very big percentage of fan vote, but it was also some small analysis vote, and this was the right play. Best roleplay streamer was Seer. Good on Seer, man. This guy's an absolute boss. We have best FPS, Tarek. I've never heard of him. Super Smash Brothers, Mango. Never heard of him. Chess streamers, the Botez twins. This one I saw being a toss-up between GM Hikaru and the Botez sisters, but I feel like the Botez sisters had a bigger reach and they probably campaigned a little bit harder than GM Hikaru did. I'm willing to bet, because these two are React Andes, they're just chatting Andes, and they seem like the type of girls who would have absolutely pushed for more votes on this. But either way, no hate, good on them. Get your fame while you can, while you're young. Then we have the best strategy game streamer is Disguised Toast. We have speedrunners, Small Ant. There was no second, third, or fourth place for this award. There was absolutely none. There was literally Amaranth 4 times with just different names. But Amaranth was winning this best ASMR streamer right from the get-go, and no one is going to tell me otherwise. I don't know what the vote count was, but anybody who has any kind of common sense knows this was probably a runaway vote. An absolute runaway. I've never even heard of these 3 other people, but despite Amaranth being the massive name that she is the ASMR queen of Twitch by a million miles. So this was just the Amaranth Award that I think they just couldn't call it that. Best VTuber, Code Miko. This was a very tight race between Code Miko, Nanners, Iron Mouse, and Bebe. Very, very tight race, but I did have a feeling that Code Miko was going to take it just because she always floats a little bit more to the top of the recommended list. So I feel like she would have had more going on here. Best music streamer. This one I'm torn on. I was an Ari at Home person. I voted for Ari at Home. And I don't know who the hell Seth Strums is. T-Pain, I knew wouldn't win because I don't think T-Pain even knew these awards were happening. I don't think he had any idea. So with that being said, it wasn't really going to happen for him. And then you have Little Pichu, who obviously took the award. She's a very good music streamer, but I'm just an Ari guy. Best IRL, Hot Chubby. This category, I'm sure, was probably a little bit harder to nail down than some would like to believe, because there is a lot of IRL streamers going on nowadays. Best League of Legends streamer, Tyler 1, Emaru, Doublelift, and Little Pichu. Tyler 1, once again, this is the Tyler 1 award, just with Tyler 1 listed in 3 different versions of his name, but it's Tyler 1 for sure. Best Minecraft, Tommy Innit. Best Valorant, it's Timmy. And best GTA streamer. This has to be one of the biggest upsets of the night, because it was XQC, Buddha, Saikuno, and Fusli, all massive GTA streamers. But the real kind of like race, and the real 2 dogs in this race were XQC and Buddha. And I'm not disappointed Buddha won. Buddha is an absolutely fantastic GTA RP streamer. But with XQC streaming a freaking 28-hour day, he's doing 9 days a week, he's just doing the whole thing. It was a little bit disappointing that XQC did not win this award, but also he never campaigned for it, and his community never voted for it. When you don't vote, you can't win, and this is one of those times. So good on Buddha. Best Philanthropic streamer, we have Jacksepticeye. I'll be straight with you. I don't know most of these people. I know of Jacksepticeye, and I know of Dr. Lupo and Healthy Gamer GG. I don't know what philanthropic events Healthy Gamer GG does. He's like a psychiatrist, but I know Dr. Lupo has raised like a small nation's money for charity for St. Jude. So I don't know really who was supposed to win this one, but Jacksepticeye is as good as any. Game of the year was Minecraft. Sure, why not? Best variety streamer was Moist Critical. Charlie is one of these people. I know of him more through clips than I do his stream, but he's an incredibly popular broadcaster. He's an incredibly popular creator. Dude has a very dry sense of humor, and yeah, that's cool. I personally voted for Ludwig, but that's because I watch Ludwig more than Moist Critical, obviously. So yeah, Valkyrie is a YouTuber, and I don't know how her numbers are. I've never really looked into them. In Disguised Toast, he is a variety streamer, but I feel like he's not as much variety as he is, like, I think it was Valorant or whatever the hell other category he was in. Best Just Chatting streamer. You might be wondering, what is the difference between these two? Well, it's the matter of, do you leave the category or not? And these guys never leave the Just Chatting category. So Mizkif, Hassan, Pay Money Webby, and Bruce drop him off. Mizkif deserved to win this. He has had the biggest glow up since 2020, 2021, and he's probably the front runner leader in how to do just chatting streams with his endless parade of guests and women that come through his door, with his endless kind of productions like Schooled and Parasocial. This guy is probably the cream of the crop when it comes to just chatting streamers. Hassan is a political streamer, and I feel like we actually do have a political channel on Twitch. He just doesn't use it. He would rather be in just chatting, because just chatting is the most popular category on Twitch by a million miles. So Hassan is a political streamer. He should technically be in the best politics category, not in the best just chatting category, with how much he's always, well, doing politics. The best streamed event. We have the Balloon World Cup, which is by eBay, the Germa Dollhouse. We have the Price is Scuffed by Pay Money Webby, and we have ShitCon by NMP LOL. I never saw the Dollhouse. In fact, I'll be honest, until this event, I had never heard of the Dollhouse. I don't know how this made it by my radar. It was a week-long event, and I somehow missed, well, technically all three of these. I knew ShitCon, obviously, because I am an NOP LOL viewer. I knew of ShitCon, but yeah, I never heard of the other ones. But looking through clips of them, extremely high production value, and really, this was a razor-thin race. This one was razor-thin. They all had their own very appreciable merits, and I guess Germa just did it better than the other productions did. He obviously had a team of, I think, like 60 people who helped make that production happen. So, you know, more people, obviously, most often better quality when you have more hands to delegate stuff to. Best content organization. OTK, yeah. I can see OTK. NRG, I'll be honest, I don't even know what NRG does anymore. The most I know about NRG is they're an esports team who Soda Pop and partly owns in. Offline TV, OTK, and 100 Thieves, these are the three that this race was all about. And I feel like NRG was just there to fill a token slot. I'm very happy OTK did win. They've had a lot of great events the last year. And not only have they had great events, but even when they've had bad events, which is the Seer announcement that he was going to join OTK, where they went to the house and the owner was there and she was like invading the event with her friends. It was a whole train wreck. But even through that, they still made it work. And I feel like OTK is just getting started with how good of an org they're going to be. In fact, as of the time of this recording right now, they have announced a $10,000 League of Legends tournament. You know what? They're popping off, man. They're growing at a real quick rate. And then you have the Rising Star Award stands. I only know Zoil in this one. I don't even know who stands is. League of Their Own. Germa, Kit Boga, Sushi Dragon, and iBuy. Once again, you want to talk about a tight race, man. This was a really, really good one, because at no point have you not heard of at least some of these people. Like I said, if you're a reality person, you've heard of Germa. If you're Spanish, you've heard of iBuy. No one on this platform has not heard of Kit Boga. Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitch, you have not heard of Kit Boga. This guy has been calling scammers for what feels like forever. And yeah, he is definitely playing in a league of his own. But the real person here, and the person I feel who really got robbed of an award at this show, was the Sushi Dragon. If you've ever caught the Sushi Dragon show, he is playing with tech, and he's playing with tech devices, software that you will just not see anywhere else. Anywhere on Twitch. 22 million broadcasters on the platform. You will not see what he is doing on anyone else's channel. This guy is the future of Twitch. In, let's call it 3 years, he will not only be the benchmark for what streaming production should look like from an individual content creator, but he will be the blueprint for how advancement is supposed to happen and how much effort you're supposed to put in. I'm telling you right now, in 3 years, if you don't have Sushi Dragon production going on, you're not growing, you're dying. It's going to be just that simple. Kit Boga better get on it. The Legacy Award. This was a cool award, actually. It was kind of like the Porn Stars Lifetime Achievement Award. Summit 1G, Pokimane, Soda Pop, and Skara. Pokimane got it, and I'll be straight, I did not know Pokimane started in 2013. I thought she was like a 2015, 2016 Gen baby. Like, I was obviously a Soda Poppin' guy. Always have and always will be Soda Poppin', let's go. But good on her. She's pushed a lot forward in the industry. She has led the way for a lot of female content creators. And so, Pokimane's just one of those faces that you can just market like crazy. She's such a marketable face and such a marketable personality. Like, I love Soda to death. I love Soda. You can't market him for anything, man. He is so past the point of caring. He might drop the R word in the middle of a sponsor read. He just doesn't care anymore. So I see how Pokimane won this one. I really do. And then Gamer of the Year was Shroud. I don't really follow any of these people, so hey, good on them. And then Streamer of the Year. Another big upset because Mizkif, Ludwig, XQC, and Saikuno. Disregarding the fact that Ludwig is QT Cinderella's boyfriend. Totally disregarding that, because I'm 100% positive that did not play into this, because that would have just been a stupid move on both their parts, and they know that. Once again, XQC, with being the massive 9-day, 30-hour streamer that he is, not winning this was, I think, the biggest upset of the whole night. Because while he might not win the GTA RP, like I said, Buddha was a great choice. Not calling him Streamer of the Year is really hard to get behind. Like Ludwig, he had a good month. He even admits to himself he had a good month with the subathon. He does, his average 3 to 4 hour streams, 3 days, 4 days a week on YouTube now. Good on him, but XQC every single day in and day out, this guy is always streaming. Mizkif, he does his, he's semi-retired now too, so he's kind of tapering down. XQC grinds it the hardest, and I was very surprised that he did not win the Streamer of the Year award. Another way to look at this award show was the LSF Awards. If you look at all these people, these are all people you see on the Livestream Fails subreddit. This was really the LSF Awards. But all in all, it was a great show. And of course, big congratulations to QT Cinderella and Maya Higa for just absolutely smashing the records the way they did. I hope they did really well. I really wish QT Cinderella would disclose how many subs she got, because it definitely looked like it was in the thousands of subscribers every hour. She looked like she was just racking it in. So I hope I don't think she would have clawed back her cost through her subs, but she had 1 million sponsors, Surfshark, I think Coinbase, Fansly. She had a bunch of them going on. So I'm sure she clawed her money back that way. But I really wish we could see what the subscriber count was. Other than that, guys, that is the recap of the Streamer Awards. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Daily Chat. Hope you guys enjoyed these insights. If you have anything you want to say, if you disagree with anything, leave it in the comment box down below. I don't personally care, but YouTube does and increases the amount of engagement. And thanks so much for tuning in, guys. My name has been Arif. This has been your Daily Chat, and I'll see all of you on the next video. Bye.